something had to give. Something had to give, bottom line. I was up to here with things. I was just like, it was a lot going on. I carry myself very well, I would say, and people around me would say it too. So nobody ever really realizes or sees how much pressure or how much stress or how much I really be doing. So many people are like, oh my gosh, I don't see you anymore. Oh my gosh, you quit. Why aren't you working here? Then like, boom, I pop up in the store and they're like, you're still here? What? I thought you left. Like, everybody always want to come with assumptions, and I get it because I really be in, and then one moment I be out, and it's just like, it's complicated. But I'm here to kind of like clarify that and let y'all know kind of like what happened as to why I don't be in the store the way I used to. And what I mean by that is in terms of like working there and in the hours, because I definitely still shop there. All like my groceries, one thing about Publix is they have the best groceries, the best bakery, the best deli. Okay. Hey y'all, welcome back to another banging video. So I'm gonna finish getting ready with y'all. This video is most likely gonna take place in 2 parts because I also want to talk to you guys about something. Y'all can probably already tell from the title. Where's my other earring? Anyways, I started getting ready and then I was like, I should probably film it because I feel like y'all like to see me get ready and stuff. So yeah, I just finished putting on my lashes because I felt like going pretty to work today because, as y'all can tell from the title, I don't really be going to work anymore. And we're just gonna get straight into it. If you haven't already, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe because your girl is on a road to 10K. Let's get it. I'm so excited. I feel like we're almost at 7K, honestly. It makes me so happy because like, the amount of work I've put in my channel, crazy. Anyways, I'm putting mascara on my lower lashes because every time I wear upper lashes, I like to put some on my lower lashes. Not too much though, just a little bit. Are these lashes thick? This is literally the process I go through and that girls go through. But anyway, yeah, we'll just talk about what's been going on. And as to the reason why I have not been, or Publix has not been seeing me for a while. And this is personally just something that fits me, like my schedule and what I got going on. This is not like on some, this is what I want y'all to do. Obviously, I want you guys to always do like what's best for you guys. And similar to me, like I had to do what was best. Let me put on my bracelet. For me in this situation. So basically, obviously you can kind of like pick how many days you work, or at least with me, like I would just pick how many days I work and what days I work, because since I go to school and stuff, like I can't be just working whatever day they tell me. Like I had to be selective. What the heck? I'm trying to put on this bracelet and for some reason I cannot put it on myself. Come on, bro. I hate not being able to put on my own bracelets because then I gotta ask people for help, and we all know I don't like that. No, I almost had it. There we go. I got it on. Anyway, I'm gonna put the little diamonds under my eyes, which if y'all know me, y'all know that that's like my signature look. That and the heart, my signature looks. Been doing it since forever. Oh, this one got stuck. Hold on. Anyway, so I'm gonna do that, and then I'm also gonna go have breakfast and chat with y'all. A lot of you guys are like, oh, if y'all see me at the store, you guys are like, oh, we never see you anymore. There's a reason to why y'all don't see me. Where is my lip gloss? Where's my lip gloss? What? Where did I put it? I don't know where I put it. Sorry, I had to like finish touching up. Oh, and we cannot forget, don't be that crusty coworker. Don't be the coworker that smells bad that everyone's trying to avoid. if you see him being too distant with you, it's not because of the 6-foot rule thing, because people don't respect that no more. It's probably because you stink. So let this be a reminder. Put on your perfume. Let's put some on. Hold on. We're gonna be using Mademoiselle from Xoxo. My best friend got me this one actually. It smells good. It smells very like refreshing. So I love the way it smells. All right. Let's go have breakfast because I'm running a little bit late. That's why I don't want to get into like the story too much, because I don't want to get into the story too much because I'm running kind of late, and when I sit here and I talk to you guys about it, I just want to like let it all out. So many people are like, oh my gosh, I don't see you anymore. Oh my gosh, you quit. Why aren't you working here? And then like boom, I pop up in the store and they're like, you're still here? What? I thought you left. Like everybody always want to come with assumptions, and I get it because I really be in and then one moment I be out, and it's just like, it's complicated. But I'm here to kind of like clarify that and let y'all know kind of like what happened as to why I don't be in the store the way I used to. And what I mean by that is in terms of like working there and in the hours, because I definitely still shop there. All like my groceries, one thing about Publix is they have the best groceries, the best bakery, the best deli. Okay, if it's like honestly like a packaged food like in a box or something, I might get it. If you know I'm at a different store and it's there, I might get it. But in terms of actually cooking something or like a pharmacy, just you know, their departments are top tier, not just because I work there. But anyways, let's get into like kind of like the focus of why I'm making this video, and it's to kind of like clear up what my schedule is and stuff, because I haven't been to work in like a month and a half, so people were already speculating like, oh my gosh, she quit, like she's not here no more. Babes, I'm still here. Like I'm still here. I didn't show face for a while because honestly I lowered my availability. So for those of you who are not familiar, you can obviously change your schedule, and you're supposed to put like the days that you can work or the days that you cannot work. I've always, you know, stuck by that little paper or communicated that with my managers. I've always been a full-time student, and for the most part I have always had like a side hustle or a second job on the side anyway. So I've never been able to really do full-time. There was a time where I was working like 30 something hours at Publix, and it was exhausting and just like a lot for me. But like I said, I still had other things going on, so it was important for me to always like communicate that I wasn't gonna be able to like technically be considered full-time, because I didn't want to commit to something that I wasn't gonna be able to come through for. You know, if there was like a specific week that I could come through, okay, great, but for the most part it wasn't going to be something that like I could always do, and I could recognize that. So anyways, recently I dropped a video explaining how I changed my major from pharmacy to PA, which is physician assistant. I'm super excited with these PA stuff. I'm really giving it my all. I'm just doing what I need to do so I can be successful, because it's extremely competitive in that industry. But nevertheless, my schedule with like in terms of my work schedule, this has been this type of schedule for a while now. So I remember I think it was during like at the beginning of summer, I think hours go down in summer and then they go back up in August. And I was always the one tech that like worked the least, because all the other techs, like religiously, they were there like, let's say 3 times a week. I was always there like once, maybe twice a week in the pharmacy. Like once I left customer service to pharmacy, I was never in the pharmacy full time. Like there was times in customer service where I would work like full-time hours, even though I wasn't considered full-time, but I've never done that for pharmacy. So obviously, like if somebody needed their hours cut and stuff, most likely it was gonna be me. Not to mention that I didn't mind it. You get what I'm saying? I would say after I got my tuition reimbursement denied, I stopped kind of like feeling like, oh my gosh, I want to work this amount of hours. Because I felt like, okay, first of all, I felt insulted at the time. Like I was like if y'all knew I needed 10 hours a week to keep my tuition reimbursement, why didn't y'all schedule me 10 hours a week? Like, so I felt like, okay, y'all did that on purpose, bet. Now y'all are not going to even see me once a week. You know what I'm saying? At first, that's how I felt, because I was just like, what's the point? Like, you know what I'm saying? Keep in mind, like I said, I've always had second jobs. I've always had other forms of income. I'm not in this company for income. I'm in this company for other reasons, okay? Because I have my incomes coming in from other places as well, which I always recommend to everyone. Multiple streams of income, always. Never put your eggs all in one basket. Anyway, so yes, I mean, I wasn't mad at it. I was in school. I wasn't at the time like seeing eye to eye with my manager 100%, so I didn't mind being the one who got like lower hours. So I would be like, no worries, like I'll take the lower hours. Instead of twice a week, they put me once a week, and I was like, don't worry, like, because I can deal with that. Some of the other techs couldn't deal with that because they're full-time and they needed their hours. So instead of it being like a huge thing, I just kind of like took one for the team. Not to mention, it's not really like a big team. And I've always said it. Cashiers and baggers, you're always going to have somebody that can possibly replace you. You know what I'm saying? Like cover your shift. There's always like multiple cashiers, multiple baggers. In pharmacy, it's like 3 or 4 techs and that's it. So it's very hard to find someone to cover your shift. No one usually wants to pick up extra shifts because it's a little bit stressful. Most of the people who are techs are in school. And I made a video about that one time because I was like, honestly, if you're not going to school to be a pharmacist, I don't see why you're a pharmacy tech. And I stand by that. Pharmacy techs do not get paid that good. There's nothing like super, you know what I'm saying? You could be a cashier making more than a pharmacy tech. It's just a different name title. It just sounds better. Oh yeah, I'm a pharmacy tech. But unless your goal is to be a pharmacist, don't waste your time being a tech. At the time, my goal was to be a pharmacist. So I was just like, whatever, like that way I can calculate, you know, get some hours in, regardless if it's not a lot. I'm still in school. I still have a long time to get to pharmacy school. So I'm not going to put that pressure on me to be working 30 hours a week when I can work, you know, 10 or 8 or whatever. So anyways, after that, I remember like I would tell my manager sometimes like, oh, I have school or I have this and that. And like I said, I think it was just more of a thing of like hours were getting cut. I was just open to having my hours be cut because I needed the days off anyway. But I didn't want to like 100% be like, oh, like take me off the schedule. So I was like, oh yeah, I got you. I'll take the hours off. Like, so that's really what it was. I felt like I needed to do what was best for me. And the reason that this is what's best for me is because of all the other things I got going on. Had I not had these things going on, it would be different. I've had the opportunity to pick up more hours elsewhere and stuff, so it's not like, you know, I don't want y'all to like draw assumptions either, like, oh my gosh, so if that happens and I gotta be the person to like take one for the team, will I never get hours again? Like, there's plenty of other stores that will use you also, and like I could have gotten more hours, but like I honestly did not want them. More than not wanting them, I just couldn't do them. So Mondays and Tuesdays, I always take care of my niece, okay? I always babysit her, like, religiously, homeworks, pickups, bedtime, everything. And I plan on talking about that more here on my channel because I really feel like I have not. And that's been something I've been doing for, like, the last 6 years. So it's something very, very present in my life, more than pharmacy, more than cashiering, more than anything. So I really do want to talk about that stuff more. But yeah, like I said, I work Monday and Tuesdays doing that, okay? Then I have once or twice a week that I would work, you know, in the pharmacy. I also have my influencer stuff. Believe it or not, as easy as it may look, it takes up a lot of time. And since I'm still a baby influencer and I'm trying to grow, putting myself out there and reaching out to brands and doing this, that, and the third takes up a lot of my time. And, you know, at the end of the day, though, it's bringing me not a lot, but it is a source of income as well. It is work. So it's like I really had to just kind of like prioritize. Not to mention, aside from all those things, I go to school full time. So people see me in the pharmacy. People would see me once a week, once every 2 weeks, and they're like, she's not doing nothing. Like, why does she only work once a week? Like, you know, probably looking down on me. And it's like, just because you don't see me does not mean I'm not doing stuff. Because I guarantee y'all, I be doing more than some of my coworkers. I just don't physically be at the store. You feel me? So it's like, no, I'm not at the pharmacy 7 days a week. Why? Because I have, you know, other dreams, other goals that require me or don't allow me to be, you know what I'm saying, at a specific spot 24/7. But don't ever think that I'm not getting, you know, I work a full schedule. Like, I'm always full, you know, but it's like I just work doing different things because I don't believe in putting all my eggs in a basket. I'm not like that. I can't put all of me into just one thing because people really just like, you know what I'm saying, you just never know what can happen. A company, a job, a person, you never know. So anyways, yeah, between the babysitting, the pharmacy, the influencer stuff, plus me going to school, also not for nothing, but I take so much pride in being a dog mom. Like, I mean, my baby's over there, in case y'all, I don't know if y'all can really see because it's kind of like blurry, but like taking her to her, every 2 weeks for grooming or her vet appointments, every single day I try to take her to the park, like every single day. And when I'm there, I'm usually there for like an hour and a half to 2 hours. It's very hot. It's very like, so it's like a lot of responsibility, and I try to do it. It's a daily thing. It's not like, oh yeah, I take her once a week or once a month. Like, no, I'm active with her every single day. So between like balancing her, my jobs, my school, I would like some time for me, my friends, like it's just a lot. So like I said, it just started becoming kind of like a once a week thing. Then it started becoming a once every 2 week thing. And after honestly like getting the gist and getting accustomed to like barely working, it doesn't necessarily make you want to work more. Not to mention, I didn't know where my end goal was staying in the pharmacy anyway. You get it? So it's like, I get it, if I was becoming a pharmacist, I'd be like, okay, that's why I'm here. But now that I've decided to do something that doesn't really relate to pharmacy, it's almost like I don't have 100% end goal in the pharmacy. I could have been in any department at this point, but I'm a good pharmacy tech. I know that this is what I want to do, and staying in the company, I'm going to continue being a tech. But obviously, like I said, it didn't make me like, it didn't push up my urge. Like, I gotta work. I gotta, so it was once every 2 weeks. And then, like I said, just the hours being cut and stuff. I didn't even have to say anything. Then they put me once every 3 weeks, and then it became once a month. You have to work once a month to stay in the company. So that's basically where I'm at. Working once a month. I know it might look like the bare minimum. I didn't ask for once a month. It's literally what was given to me, but I'm not upset. So a lot of people are like, so did you talk to your manager about it? Like, I feel like my manager would get mad at me. I don't know if my manager would get mad at me or not. I always voice what I can or cannot do. Hypothetically, I could probably work a little bit more than once a month, but I'm not mad at once a month. So we kind of have this understanding, like, okay, that's what it is for now. That way everybody else can get their full-time hours and I can stay in the company, which is the biggest thing to me, is like, stay in the company. It's a great company. I've invested a lot into the company. So that's the biggest thing. I'm not ready to let go of it yet. So a lot of you guys are like, are you going to quit though? Like, okay, you haven't quit, but like, are you? I don't plan on it at this moment. I don't know where I'm gonna be long term, and somebody asked me that the other day, and it's just like, I didn't know how to answer it, because I was like, it's true, like, I'm not doing pharmacy anymore. I don't need to stay in the pharmacy, but it's like, I'm not ready to let go of this piece of me yet. This company, believe it or not, has opened up so many opportunities for me. Like, I could literally get sentimental about it, and honestly, I just got home from work, and it was like a heck of a day. It was a rough day today, but overall, like, when you balance out the good and the bad, the company has been more good to me than bad, I would say, or at least I've taken it like that. And I'm just not ready to let go of it yet at this moment. Therefore, working once a month has, slowly, like, kind of like pushing down my days has helped me, like, cope with, like, okay, I'm still here, but I'm not pressured where I'm like not having time for anything else, because that's how I felt. So something had to give, and I didn't want my school to give because that's my career. I didn't want my influencer stuff to give because that's my dream. I can't have my daughter give because, like, she didn't ask to be here. I brought her here. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, that's honestly what gave. And that's really like a sum of the situation. Something had to give. Bottom line. I was up to here with things. I was just like, it was a lot going on. I carry myself very well, I would say, and people around me would say it too. So nobody ever really realizes or sees how much pressure or how much stress or how much I really be doing. You know what I'm saying? People in the pharmacy probably think, oh, she works, once a week. She must have such an easy life. Meanwhile, I'm over here like busting my butt, like, you know what I'm saying? 24/7. They just not seeing it. And I don't always put it out to the public because first of all, I don't need no pity party. And second of all, I just put out what I want y'all to see. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I'm tired and sometimes I'm, so it's just like with my schedule and everything I got going on, this is what fit me. And I've been working once a month, I would say, for about like 3 months now. So it's been going on for a while. I just hadn't come out and say it. A lot of people, like I said, thought I wasn't working in the company anymore. I'm still there. I think I would have announced it if I wasn't, because I love the company and I would want to say like a formal thank you. But yeah, I'm still there, and I don't plan of leaving at this moment or anytime soon. I just don't think I'm ready. Like, I just emotionally, I think I'm still, like, part of me is still attached to the company itself, even though I know that I don't think I would do pharmacy anymore. You never know the turns life can give you, but at this moment I'm doing everything to do PA, and this company doesn't offer PA. So but in the meantime, you know, I'm still there, and that's just what, like I said, what works best for me. You got to do what works best for you. And like I said, the availability schedule form, that's very important, because that's how you can communicate. Like, from the get-go, ever since I was 15, I was like, oh, I can work these times or these days. Like, I always said what I could do, because when you set your boundaries, then it's not no, like, surprise to no one when, you know what I'm saying, something pops up or you didn't come to work or whatever. Like, these were my boundaries. This is what I said I could and could not do. You know what I'm saying? You scheduled me wrong, or that's on you. That's not on me. So boundaries are extremely important. And yeah, so I'm good with my schedule at this moment. I'm still in the company. I will continue pursuing and giving all of me in all aspects. Me coming to work once a month, honestly, it just makes me perform even better. I know it's very, very little. Like, I could have probably been there a little bit more. But at this moment, it's what works with my manager, what works with me, what works with the schedule, and what allows my coworkers to have their hours. And they do really, like, need their hours, because they're not doing nothing else really on the side. Versus me, I mean, I have a lot of other things. So all it does is open up my schedule to pursue the other things I have, you know, got going on, without formally having to, like, not be in the company anymore. So that's basically it. You know, it's kind of like annoying when people ask me all the time, are you still there? Are you still there? Like, are you still there? Like, you see me here in my uniform. Like, did you think I put on my uniform for fun? Like, I went home, I put on my uniform, and I decided to pretend I'm a customer. Like, babes, you know, yes, I still work here. Anyway, with that being said, y'all, thank you guys so much for watching. I have a lot of exciting and new videos dropping soon, so make sure you stay in tune, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.